I want to talk about what I've been having lately, which I've over the last couple of days. I've gone to bed and I've been around and I've been getting this golden light of the last couple of days, and like the golden light of yeah, I always sort of like connect this to like this Christ consciousness to do with like healing, shifting, and but also I feel like this energy, this golden energy that's coming in, is very much around sort of like creation again, and it's very much around sort of a great time to start to shift, to dissolve and start to integrate things. And I think that's really important. Integration is really important, because it's about sort of when you start to integrate things, then you start to shift your reality. You start to shift your consciousness, and you start to then live and walk and express your spiritual energy in a more sort of physical human way, which is really important, because that's part of what we're here for. And again, this connects to this diamond energy that I've been seeing over the last few weeks, and it's something that's coming in more. I've had this diamond energy before many times in the past, but it seems to be very sort of like relevant again in the here and now. um, Now, as we start to sort of like step into this light, I was talking about stepping into power, stepping into creation, and I feel this is very much around it. Again, it's very much guided around the masters, and again these energies. The diamond, like I keep saying, is a connect, is like an infinite energy. It's like it has infinite facets, so there's infinite opportunities, there's infinite sort of vibrations and frequencies, and this is what this energy brings. But it also very much connects about connecting the two worlds, and what I mean by that is the two realities. So you've got like the earth plane, which is an energetic plane, and then you've got like the spiritual plane, which is again an energetic plane. But the diamond frequency and the diamond energy, or the diamond shape, connects into that, and what it does is it opens up. So what it does is it allows us to be an open channel, to receive those spiritual sort of realities and those spiritual frequencies. And this is what's happening with this diamond energy at the moment. It's very much around that, and this is what's going on. As I start to connect into it, I see a diamond energy in my heart chakra, and it's spinning. And as it spins, it's releasing energy, but it's opening up your energy centers and your energy frequencies to start to receive that. And the diamond energy is very much around that. When I talk about like heaven and earth, it connects to that. And what I mean is it connects the two realities, and then that helps us awaken. This helps us awaken to this new blueprint that I keep talking about, and it's very much around that. And this is why I keep talking about the universal law of compensation and correspondence. Sorry, the universal law of correspondence. I mean, directed back to the universal law of correspondence, which is where we start to connect into this energy, and we connect into this inner source energy, which is very much that spiritual realm. And this is the aspect of the diamond. So you've got two triangles that make up the diamond, and this is how I see it. So you've got like a diamond shape, so there's one triangle there and then another triangle that sits in perfect unity and then perfect union, together. And that's what this diamond energy brings. It's very much around, and I want to talk about this diamond energy today. And this is what I feel I'm being directed to. I feel like the masters and the guides, I want to very much talk about this, that you're, and again this connects to the universal law of oneness, the fact that nothing's separate. And this is what this time's about, and this is what this golden light is energy is about. I'm talking about healing and stuff, but the golden light that they're showing me now is very much around creation, and this is what this power is. It's dissolving, it's removing barriers, it's removing blockages, it's bringing in healing, and it's very much around that. And as I start to see this diamond energy, this is why they're talking about it. It's a sacred shape. It's like sacred geometry, but it brings this beautiful energy, and it brings it alignment. It brings energy of alignment, and obviously I keep seeing these portals, or these like pyramids. I keep seeing those as visions. I'm being impressed on those regularly at the moment, as we start to move into this new frequency, this new energy that's coming in, um, through the into the new year of 2023. It's very much around walking as a spiritual being, walking in spiritual light, expressing it. It's very much around that, and this is what I feel like I'm being directed towards. That's part of the awakening. This is part of what ascension. This is what the ascending masters do. The ascension process is that it's awakening to your light, your energy, your essence, your creative spark, your creative energy in you. And this is what this time's about. I've had a very mixed week. I went for a job this week, and it was very much around sort of like something that I thought that I wanted to do. I didn't get the job, but it's very much again that's about like a 3D blueprint and a 5D blueprint, and the spiritual reality and the spiritual energy is very much around sort of again this 5D reality is about still not being attached to things, you know, just being open, because actually what the 5D blueprint, it opens you up to the like this your highest outcome, your highest vision. So although something didn't work out, it's about not being stuck in it. It's not being attached to it, and it's very much around this, and this is what these tools are about. So it's telling me like, and since I haven't really got that job. I mean, I went into work yesterday, and I didn't get this job that I was looking for, and yeah, I was upset. I was disappointed. So I ended up getting sort of connected into this like 3D outer stuff again, where you very much sort of look at the physical sort of aspect of it. But since yesterday and a few days, what's happened is I haven't got that job. But then what happened is like there's been a shift in my energy again. Like I walked into work yesterday, and I felt there was a shift in my vibration. I felt there was a light and energy. There was like a vibrancy to me. So that was telling me, although I thought in my physical mind that that was where I needed to go and what I needed to do. It isn't. The 5D blueprint showed me something completely different because my energy shifted and changed. So this is where the part of the dissolving is, and this is also sort of like again a lesson from the guides and the energies and the spiritual beings. It's about being able to sort of like shift again. I talk about this creation and the vibration and transmutation and transformation. The universal law is very much around shifting your consciousness and still being open. You know, even at times. I was reading just a second ago about the universal law of cause and effect, and it talks about um, every action has an outcome. You know, and not to see it's good or bad. You know, it's like it's an opening. It's like a blessing. It's an opportunity, and it very much I feel like this is what they're directing me to, and they're directing me to that kind of light. And it's very much this time is very much about staying in your own source energy. What happens when you start shifting to a 5D blueprint is you start to be able to really resonate and vibrate and harmonize through all situations. And this is what the 5D blueprint's about, because it's about harmony, it's about balance, it's about peace, it's about connection, it's about alignment. And this is what I feel the masses again as I sit there and talk about this. I've got a big golden ball of energy, like a gold sphere again, and these spheres keep coming in, and I feel like part of it's like spiritual energy, spiritual insight, spiritual vibrations, but I also feel like they feel like they're like energy that connects to the masters, or they connect to the spiritual guides, because this energy ball is just, it's a massive ball of energy that, you know, is there. It's supporting it's dissolving. It's like an energy of ball of creation that we've all got this kind of energy that's coming in at the moment, and the sphere is sort of brings clarity. It brings sort of like, yeah, it brings clarity, it brings sort of insight, it brings understanding. And I feel this golden energy and these golden balls and these spheres, because I haven't been given spheres before, but I've got like these big circular spheres that I'm sort of being impressed with and being given at the moment. So they're very much around that, but it's such a time of change, such of energy, and it's about us awakening and walking in spirit. It's very difficult, obviously, because we were just being distracted. Because the 3D reality, the 3D blueprint of the outer world, and this is where the universal law of correspondence comes in again, and inspired action. I want to talk about correspondence and inspired action. The universal laws are what the masters use to teach and give us understanding on spiritual alignment, spiritual frequency, spiritual understanding. Again, it's the vibration. They keep bringing different ones in. So I've been talking a lot about correspondence, transformation, and the universal law of transmutation, which is very much connected to Saint Germain, and the universal law of oneness, the universal law of vibration. But today I'm talking about the cause and effect. You've got the universal law of attraction as well. All this openness is the key. The frequency is the key. I'm being given a gold key. As I said, I want to put it in a door, I want to open it. But that's what they're saying. It's saying that this frequency It's like staying in that source energy, that frequency, and being that openness is what they're really impressing on me, is the key to awakening at the moment. That you've got to be open, because there's so many frequencies, there's so many energies around us at the moment that are coming to the planet, that are being sort of like the spirit world, because I was saying about this diamond energy again, which is coming in, and it's talking about these it's like the two worlds, or the two energies are blending, and we're at a frequency point in our spiritual evolution at the moment that we can really open up to that, and it's about us vibrating as it. I'm feeling like white energy, this bright, vibrant white energy at the moment as well. So that's very much about like a higher consciousness, a higher awareness as we start to shift. And it's about allowing ourselves to open. This is what they keep saying to me: remain open. Remain open, and remain your energy open, remain open to the opportunities, to the divine intelligence, the divine communication. It's so important at the moment, as these energies, and that's what the shifting is happening. Like, I'm seeing gold energy. I used to work with gold energy as a healer. I used to see that regularly, but there's a different shift to this energy as it's coming in now. So as long as we remain open, and it's also again this universal law of correspondence is talking about being in that source energy. So how I explain it, and how the experience happens for me, is like I sit within myself. The outer world is an illusion. It's a lower vibration. I keep saying this about the fifth dimensional blueprint. So I sit within myself and vibrate, and it's about me starting to really learn to sit in that source energy, because when I'm in that source energy, I'm in harmony, I'm in peace, I'm in security, and I'm also open to receive communication, receive insight, like I am at this moment as I'm doing this insight moment. It's because I'm in that energy. I'm vibrating in that frequency, and this is what's the key thing at the moment. And the universal law of correspondence teaches us to know that that seed, that source energy, is within you. And that's the true place where we create from, a true place of the blueprint of where creation is created. It's not external. The external energy is a lower frequency, and it's not where our true nature lives. It's not where our true expression of our spiritual being lives. And this is what they're saying to me. So I know I have to sit in it. As I sit in it, my heart opens up, and my belly energy is opening up, my solar plexus is opening up, my throat chakra is opening up, my third eye is opening up. Everything's opening up, and I just feel the flow of the universe flowing within me and through me as I start to connect into it. So I know what they're showing me, and I know that this is a part of my spiritual evolution, my spiritual development, is to remain in that frequency, because I go to work, I go do things, and I get sort of like distracted by the outer things that are going on. But the outer things are usually other people's realities, or other people's journeys, or other people's dramas that are going on. And if you sort of like, if you allow yourself to be distracted by them, then you move away from that frequency of that 5D blueprint. So it's very much around that, and so much is going on at the moment as I start to connect into it. And it's about sort of trying to remain in that. So for me, the key today is being open, the openness. Universal law of inspired action again is about sort of going within, and so the source energy of like the compensation, correspondence, and inspired action are very much connected. The universal laws are very much connected, because they're very much talking about being within source energy, because when you're in that source energy, that's where the communication comes from, that's when the intuition comes from, that's when the insight comes from. And it's only when you start to open up. I mean, I was sort of like in bed last night, and I was going off to sleep, and all I could feel is my whole frequency, my whole body was this beautiful golden light, and it was just vibrating at a beautiful frequency yesterday. And again, it's very much around that. As I sit there and talk about this now, I feel like I'm being cleared out. My whole energy system's been cleared out. It's been anything that's been hanging around you, the stresses and anxieties have been dissolved. And this is happening for all of us regularly at the moment. I feel like the guides and the angels and the masters are clearing and cleansing our energy fields constantly. But we need to become more conscious of that as well. And I feel that's what they're showing me as well, that we need to become very much conscious about that. So these kind of insight videos are very much around that, but the openness is the key. It's a remaining open and not being distracted and not allowing that outer world, because that outer world is the 3D blueprint, and the 3D blueprint is the lower frequency. That needs to be dissolved on an individual level. I feel like I'm being directed to tell always. Once that starts to get once that gets dissolved on a 3D individual level, then you start to shift to the 5D infinite level. So one's an individual level. See, they've just shifted something there. Why have I used those words? I keep saying about an infinite being, but I've been directed to say 3D level is an individual, 3D blueprint is an individual level, the 5D blueprint is an infinite level. So it's completely different, it's a completely different vibration. Again, and this is what the guides and the masters are always talking about, vibrations. Be open to the vibrations, because the vibrations connect you to spirit, it connects you to essence, it connects you to the source energy, but it also connects you to the spirit world, because their energy, their vibrations, their frequencies. So look for the vibrations, and the shifts and the changes in your words, and then see how they feel. When you talk about a word, how does it feel? Infinite and individual, they're completely different. One's like that, individual, and infinite's like that. So one's really open and the other one's it's quite sort of like consistent and constant, but it's not open. And this is why they're saying about this openness, and this is how I've always had to work with spirit. It's very much about impressions, about feelings, it's about things that they direct me to. And this is what this time's about, and this is what the openness is about. All of us have the ability, and all of our qualities and our spiritual gifts and our abilities are coming back in this time. This is what this time's about, and this is what the fifth dimensional blueprint is about. It's that diamond energy. It's aligning the two sort of like the spirit world and the physical world, but it's bringing them together to be in perfect union, which is that oneness vibration again, that oneness vibration, that oneness frequency. And what that would do is shift the planet. And it's like I said, it starts on an individual level, then it goes to an infinite level. And when we start to connect into the infinite level, we will be in a time again where we start to shift in, like we talk about Lemuria, Atlantis, where we were very open to the spiritual realms and realities and the spiritual guides and helpers and angelic realms. And you know that the spiritual sort of realities are infinite. They're far beyond whatever we can imagine. And this is what this diamond reality is about as well. This diamond energy is these infinite connections, these infinite vibrations, these infinite frequencies that are coming down now. And this is what these portals are about, these triangles are about. So there's so much in it at the moment. I can go on and go on and go on, because as I start to connect into it, it's just building and building and building. But obviously, so integration is really important, but openness is really, really important. The openness is the key to everything at the moment. You have to go out and really open up your energy and remain in that 5D blueprint, which is the correspondence, which is the inner source energy. When I say correspondence, it's talking about the universal law explained is correspondence is to do with your inner source energy is what projects your outer reality, and that's what it means. So that's why I'm talking about correspondence, because the universal law is your inner source energy. When you're aligned with that and you're open, it naturally aligns with your highest vision, your highest outcome, and it starts to create that spiritual reality, and it harmonizes it and it aligns it for your in the outer world, which is the physical reality. So that's what it does, it projects it out. So I mean, we're living in a physical body, we're not spirit at the moment, even though that's our essence. So we've also got to sort of learn about creation. That's why we're here. We've got to learn about, frequencies and vibrations, and that's what that correspondence is about. Once you sit in that source and that 5D blueprint and you vibrate with it, then it shifts and changes and creates that reality in the external world. So you live like that's what connects the heaven and earth together, the spirit world, and it connects you to your essence, your source energy. And that's why it's so important. And this is why inspired actions is very important, where people talk about going in, listening to the communication, then integrating it, then living it. It's like living wisdom. There's so much going on, there's so much we're being given. I feel very emotional when I talk about this, because I know it comes from a place of love, from the spirit and the spirit energies, but it also comes from a place of, non-judgment, everything. This is the thing about universal laws. We look at them like the universal law of cause and effect. It can be dissolved. There's every event that happens it's not good or bad. It's a blessing. It's an opportunity. And it's about how we sort of like design to, you know, how we align with it. Everything's about alignment. So to me, there's so much in everything going on today. So that is the insight and the reading for today, anyway. So I hope some of that really sort of like links in with you or resonates with you. Please subscribe, like. Um, all these videos I put a link on for my Facebook page. Check that out. It's spiritual insight and awareness on Facebook page. I'm putting videos on there all the time as well. If you find it and you want to join the group, send me a friend request. I'm quite happy to add you to the group as well. So yeah, have a great day. Be as open as possible. There's wonder and magic out there, and it's in every moment, and we're so blessed at this time to be having as many of these experiences as we are. And I feel, it makes me smile. I feel very happy. I feel overwhelmed with it, because the love and the energy that we receive from the spirit world is infinite, and it's constant, and it's always there. So know that you're never alone. You're always supported. You're always guided. You're always loved. Be at peace.